Hello, this is Nonzano. On this part of the food truck build, I'll be doing the sink and plumbing, you know. So on this part of it, if you could look at, I was just going through all the plywood, making sure there was no nails, nothing sticking out. Then I did use liquid nail. So my reasoning on this is like because this is the part where the sink will be installed. So I just want to make sure nothing, at least for water purposes, that water doesn't seep through and damage the plywood in future. But again, just to make it firm. So on this, I just put it back together, screwing it. I have a screw that I use with a washer. Then this is like a divider, try to figure out. And if you watch again on some of my previous videos, some of the outlets right there on the wall on the bottom right is a little bit sticking. It's not fully done, but it's up. There's not really a stage where I finished all that. Then the floor is also fully done, but it's not sealed. So I'm now putting screws, looking at it, how trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it and all that stuff. I'm making sure the bottom and everything. So now on this part, these are the sink, and that will be, and the sink, the three base sink and the hand sink that will be installed on the on the, these are 304 stainless steel. So yeah, those are 304 stainless steel. It comes with legs. You can actually cut those legs to adjust to the height of what you want. Then these are the 20 gallon and the 25 gallon. The 20 gallon is the freshwater tank. Then the 25 gallon is the gray water. That is, so that will be installed. So, this is what they are. So the two tanks. I'm just putting in there, positioning it. Not sure which way I'm gonna put it, which way to align it. Options, height. Is it right? Is it wrong? Not sure. So I'm just going through all that. Then this is again, it's all still a process because I'm also doing some of the FRP. I have to loosen them if I have to adjust anything, like the plumbing, the electrical, or anything that I need to do. So on this part, this is the leg for the sink. I'm just showing that they're not really that strong. So what I did, I just do. Then going back again on this part is the three base sink, which come with the strainer. Put the plumber's body. Now I'm just putting trying to figure out how I'm gonna put it together for it to work the right way. So on this part, I do have notes, so I'm always referencing to my notes. I do that a lot. I have stuff written down. There's a note on the phone. I draw it. I have a picture. Then I reference it. I make sure my calculation matches what I do. That's just my system of working. So there's no surprises or what I'm thinking, because sometimes I might be in a certain day thinking about something. Then I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. 5 seconds later, I don't even know what the heck it was anymore. But so this is the PVC, which is also NSF rated. And if you watch behind too, on right there, I haven't finished the FRP on that, where the two tires go. Those are still, the back door also is not done. So I'm just cleaning the PVC, the right size, hopefully. I test them, I put them together, test it, make sure it's the right length. Always measuring, marking, level, make sure it's all level. So this is the hand sink. Is the way it comes is it comes with this that you put on the wall. Yeah, now I'm not sure if that's level. Okay, it is level. Then I put a screw to hold it. Then the sink just goes on it. So going back again, I did the plumber's party on this. All these again could be, you could just look online and see. They'll tell you exactly how to do how to put the sink together, or how to there's no glue being used and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna go in depth in it, but that's just all I'm doing here. Making sure the stain is so that there's no leakage if water is poured in on it. So so again, going through the again, not the same thing, PVC all lined up off. Now I'm trying to figure out how to do it, you know, which angle, which way, because I have to make sure that it also flows, because the water has to flow. So also that it flows into the tank. So there's a height. Basically I have to prepare what I'm doing. There's no really right way of putting the tank or whatever, but just the fundamentals. If water is flowing down, it has to be angled, or it has to channel it to flow. It can be backwards, or if like if you watch what I did now, I'm still gonna cut it down, but so it will angle down, so the water will channel and flow down towards the tank, towards the gray tank. So that kind of, all these does take time. You not expect to like just do it. I keep going back, cutting in. I cut a little. I push it in, cut a little. It's not. So reason why all this is included is for you to know that I didn't just cut it once and it fit. The only thing I try not to do is have too much waste. That's all. Because if I cut it shorter, I can go longer. But if I cut longer, at least I have like an inch, 2 inch longer, then I could trim it down. That's what I think. I believe could be a better way, but that's just how I do it. So now you see that it's angled so that the water will flow from left to right towards the tank. Now this is the water pump. Try to figure out where I'm gonna install it. So because the clean water and the fresh water, it doesn't have pressure, so this pump will provide the pressure for it. And I'm also installing the packs, installing the packs. Again, red is for hot, green is for red is for hot water, blue is for cold water. Most of the time they say, oh, it doesn't matter, you could do anyway, but again, you might as well be coordinated. You don't want tomorrow when you come, now you're not sure what red is or what green is or what white is. So you might as well have a sequence, a way that you do things, so that even if you go tomorrow, or if someone goes tomorrow, they will, looking at it, they're like, oh, okay, all the red are hot. So wherever they see red, the assumption that is hot, So that's how what it is. Just measuring again. So I'll probably, cutting the packs again, trying to make sure how all these are gonna flow. Observing it, After I look at it, I don't know what I'm doing there. I'll probably go back here, try and figure it out. Go back to my notes, or maybe try to figure out how I'm gonna do it. Then I'll cut it down, or which way it's gonna be. So that's what all this. But because it's a pump, it really doesn't matter. Like I'm trying to figure out, should I leave it on lower, or should I leave it higher? But eventually I decided that I'm gonna go higher because of what I'm trying to achieve. Those pump are 1 amp rated, 110 volt, 1 amp. That's what they are, and it's gonna be on. I have two 15 amp breaker, so 1 amp, then plus all my light, which is less than. All my light is I think each is like 0.75 amp, and times 3. So all my light is probably less than 2 amp. Um, um, Again, that helps me out break it. That then I have the water, I have the heater. The heater, I'm gonna look up on that. So going back again on the I just realized that those are gonna be like maybe up to 15 or maybe 12 amp. But I'm gonna go back again and check the water heat again that I'm installing, because if it's up there, then I have to figure out, I gotta factor in what I have to do. So now that I'm talking about it, I just realized that I might have to I have to check exactly. If not, I have to justify. If I have to go to a gas system, then I have to go to a gas system. Then just inspecting everything. Then this is the water inlet, where I'm putting the water inlet. So again, I use a whole saw to cut it, to cut that, to make the only thing I didn't do, I didn't justify for the I have to remember it wasn't big enough because I didn't have the right whole saw. So I used a snip, and then I had to cut the inside, the plywood, because the hose has to go in, and the hose is also an NSF rated, and there's a vacuum line, or a bleeder, I'm not the right word for it, for air, that is also on it. So water plus air, that's for the vent. That's where that is. Then again, this is the outlet, the water outlet. So I did install two. One is for the gray water, and the one on the right is for the gray water. Then the one on the left for the fresh water. So I could empty them if I need to empty both. Again, this is nozzle. Thank you.